I am a 43-year-old single mom to a 19-year-old who is now in college. I was never married and was able to support both of us on and off for about 9 of those years. I lived with or next door to my parents on and off for 10 of those years, where they were able to babysit when he was young and help me pay bills. Now his 49 father has $80,000 in back child support. It is a case with the DCSS in CA. Since my son is over 18, the state is trying to close the case and have started the process of trying to get the money out of him, since a large portion of that is interest due to the state. He is a drug addict and never was able to hold down a job. He was never consistent with child support. Some months I'd get $1.50, some I'd get more, some I'd get nothing. His mom is a retired nurse, and his stepdad is an OBGYN and business owner. They supported him on and off his whole life. They would give him money to pay child support, and he'd spend it on drugs. So his stepdad reaches out to me asking if I will accept $20,000 to close the case. I wrestle with the offer. I asked if there was any way he could offer more. He said he is doing this in hopes he can stop supporting his stepson. I told him I would use it to pay off my son's college loans and asked if he could offer more. He said no, and that I will never see a dime if I don't accept. He said it in a very nice way. I'm just done with this whole family. My parents are currently paying the difference of my son's college tuition. My parents found out that I am considering this offer and flipped out. They have contributed so much financially to my son and feel I should wait until his parents die, and then my son will get the inheritance. I think they're not going to leave any money to their son. Their justification is that they can help pay his college costs, and I don't need the money now. But every time the topic of money comes up with my mom, she's complaining that they're retired and are on a fixed income. I thought I was helping out by not spending more of my inheritance. Am I the jerk for not considering my parents' feelings? Comment 1. Not the idiot. They have contributed so much financially to my son and feel I should wait until his parents die and then my son will get the inheritance. They won't. And if they do, your son will not get it, because if they wanted to take care of their addict son, they would set it up in a way to give him a place to stay, food and medical, not money. Your reasoning is sound. But consider this. The state is trying to close the case and have started the process of trying to get the money out of him, since a large portion of that is interest due to the state. The dad called you because he does not like the situation. That will only get worse with increasing pressure. So if you like to gamble, tell him you will do it for $40,000 and he can take a few weeks to decide, but you might lose the offer. If the addict X dies, or if his dad finds out it is not that bad, you will get nothing. Why don't you ask someone from the department doing the collections how likely you are to get anything? And be very careful what you sign. You don't want to agree contractually to take over the responsibility for your ex's owed interest. At that point, it is unlikely you can stop the process that easily by just taking some money. Comment 2. Your ex's dad is an MD and business owner, so let's go ahead with the assumption that he is relatively smart. He is trying to close this for a reason, and it doesn't sound like it is to benefit you or your kid. He is probably privy to information that is going to cost him way more, and he's trying to cut his losses or make things easier for his family. If he doesn't care about you or his grandson, don't worry about caring for him. He obviously has no qualms lying to you. It would be an appropriately asshole-ish move to accept the money and just not close the case. Or if he insists on a contract, just let it be handled legally. He's probably got a lot more to lose. Oh, not the idiot. Also, Ianal. Comment 3. You would be an idiot to settle away any cent of what your ex owes in child support. Let the government proceed to collect all that they can. I don't see that it was his parents' responsibility to pay any of their deadbeat son's child support debt, and find it suspicious that they are still sticking their pocketbooks into the situation. Call me cynical, but I doubt they are acting in your best interest. Now for the next story. My sister asked me to take care of her dog for 8 days. She had a business trip. I told her yes, and she dropped him off at my place before leaving. During that time, I decided to take him to a pet shop so he can select a new plush toy for himself. I thought it would be fine since he is a healthy and confident dog, fully up to date with all his shots. But my sister was mad at me when she found out. She said the right thing to do would have been to give her a call first and ask if she would be okay with me taking her dog to a place that can be full of many other animals and people. Now here are the comments. Comment 1. I'm going to have to say very slight. You're the idiot. It seems to me like you just didn't know better. It really isn't a good idea to bring a dog that is not yours to a public space with other animals. Even with permission from the owner, the dog could still behave differently if they feel vulnerable. Your sister is not crazy for thinking it is risky. It is. I work in a pet store, and I've actually split up a couple of fights. Sometimes other dogs can be on edge, whether it be because they just got groomed, or they were traveling, or they just got out of the vet, or they're simply nervous. Stress makes animals unpredictable. You do not know what other dogs could be there or why they are there. They could be stressed and turn aggressive towards your sister's dog. Or your sister's dog could have gotten nervous and turned aggressive. It is a strange place, and she is without her owner. Comment 2. No idiots here. I have an enclosed deck at my house. My cats are allowed out on it with supervision. My best friend came to visit for a week. Right off the bat, I told her that we let the cats out there with us, but that she cannot. Because if my one decided to be a jerk, I am not sure she can corral him. And if the other makes a break for it, I am not sure she could get her back. I absolutely trust her. I do not trust my cats. Comment 3. No idiots here. You did not mean anything malicious by taking the dog to the shop. But your sister is right. You should have called first. Just because a dog is up to date on shots and is confident does not mean he will automatically do well in every environment. Do not take someone else's dog to a strange environment, around other people and animals, without checking with the owner. Now, for the next story. My sister had a baby. I was super happy for her, obviously. And a couple weeks after the baby was born, she comes to me asking if I can help pay for the baby stuff, food, diapers, hygiene products, and obviously she just had a baby and she's my sister, so I help her, no questions asked. A detail I can't leave out is that my sister, 26, is wealthy. Not like a millionaire, but she has a lot of money to spend and a lot of money saved. I, 24, am poor, not homeless, but most goes to bills, rent. I'm living in a trashy apartment, 2 jobs, you get it. So I'm buying her whatever she needs for the kid. When she needs more, I get more, even taking care of her kid whenever she or her husband can't. And I really didn't have a problem with it. That was until a family get-together, and she's showing off her baby's expensive room, canopy crib, decked out in decorations and toys, all that stuff, and once again, didn't pay much attention to it. Unfortunately, I got a little alcohol in my system and asked about it. Hey, why am I paying for baby essentials while you're buying all this for her? Something like that. And she immediately gets defensive, saying stuff how she doesn't want her kid to have a boring babyhood. I say the same thing again. Totally get it. But if you have money for all this technically unimportant stuff, the extreme amount of decorations, why am I paying for all this stuff? And we go back and forth. I find the fact that she's buying all of this unnecessary stuff for a baby while I'm stuck paying for things the kid actually needs. Of course, I want the kid to have toys, but everything else? She leaves, and everyone's looking at me like I grew another head. I get whispers, nasty looks. My mother saying I'm horrible for not wanting to help my sister, which isn't what I even said in our argument, and I just go, of course, we get over it. Not even 2 days later, I go back to buying stuff, watching her kid. Another thing, I have to take days off work for her kid, so not only am I not getting money from my jobs, I'm not getting any type of money from her. So because of that, I have to work 2x more than what I did before, and rent is close. I'm watching her kid. She gets home. Kid's asleep. I say, I can't do this anymore. I'm stressed out with my jobs, and rent is due soon. Unless you can pay me some money back for all this, I can't do it. And bam. Shitstorm. I don't want to get specific, but the whole thing ends with her saying, if I don't care about her kid, I can leave. I love her little baby, but I can't get evicted, so I left. It didn't even take 24 HRs for me to get multiple texts, calls, all calling me names, saying I'm a horrible sister. A week later, and I'm still getting sarcastic and rude messages from my sister. I'm stressed out, and my brain's in scrambles. Am I the jerk for all this? Now here are the comments. Comment 1. You are not the idiot, but you are a doormat. Giving to people who have more than you while you struggle is not an admirable trait. It's a low self-esteem trait. Every day you should practice in front of the mirror saying the word no. Stop. I have made my decision, and it is no. Don't try to reason with people like her. They don't care about you, only about how they can use you. Stop babysitting too. Love yourself more. For all those people saying you are a bad sister, tell them you have to pay rent, so how much money are they going to give you so you can help your sister? Nothing? Then, STFU, thank you. Comment 2. Not the idiot your sister sounds like an entitled A to say the least. I'm honestly shocked that your family doesn't see this. Has your sister always been the golden child who can do no wrong? It is absolutely disgusting of her and her husband to be financially harassing you like this. Why would they even do it if they have money, power, status, to prove something? They sound absolutely terrible. OP, I would be taking a giant step back from these people until they can treat you with respect. Comment 3. You're the idiot for nurturing her kid instead of your spine. Stop paying for her kid's essentials. Stop taking time off to take care of her kid so she doesn't. It's her kid, her responsibility. She has the funds, you don't. Stop being your sister's ATM. Stop letting yourself be manipulated into giving time and money because of her baby. Her baby, not yours. Not the idiot for finally trying to stop this abuse. Now for the next story. I have 3 kids. This is about my daughter, 14-year-old female. My daughter has a lot of behavioral issues. My wife and I have only been able to put her in therapy earlier this year. However, she isn't talking. There's a lot my daughter has done, but the main reasons we are thinking of not celebrating her birthday is because she has the choice of not attending the restaurants that's chosen for birthdays. She chooses to go. Then the second we enter, she starts complaining how she doesn't want to be there, or how the food is bad even if it has something she likes. She orders something but then refuses to touch it. When she complains loudly and throughout the entire dinner. For her siblings, she'll blow out the candles or shove their head in the cake. She'll take a big piece of the cake, then decides she doesn't like it and throws it away. She does this with her own cake. She made it clear this year, and last year she doesn't want to go out to eat or celebrate with us. She'd rather celebrate with friends, however. She's currently grounded due to many things involving school. She said she wants a cake this year. My wife and I are thinking of not getting a cake. She could waste this cake again, and her behavior makes us think she shouldn't have a birthday at all. However, I'm having second thoughts. Am I the idiot? Now here are the comments. Comment 1. Your frustration is totally understandable, but I don't think that not giving her a birthday at all would be the solution. Have you talked to her about what you're considering? Also, instead of going out, have a dinner at home and have her help make the cake. Have her decorate and help with all the ingredients, and then shove her head into the cake. Kidding. But while doing that, ask her how she would feel if her siblings did the same thing to her. What started all of this? Like, did anything happen before? Comment 2. You're the idiot. Have you guys gotten therapy yet or had a joint session with the therapist? 14-year-olds, especially girls, don't just start acting out this much of nowhere. If you continue to escalate with a 14-year-old, you will not win. At best, she will act out in other ways. At worst, she will run away. Tread carefully. I am glad she is in therapy. The therapist has to gain her trust before she will open up. Comment 3. You're the idiot, and perhaps that's unfair. But taking away the symbols and rituals that your family uses to celebrate birthdays is not a good consequences. When she's ungrounded, she can invite friends over for cake. Yes, wasting cake or anything is frustrating, so keep it simple. Get a box of generic cake mix and a tub of frosting, and you'll have a cake for well under $10. Now for the next story. We're both 18. I have an interest in martial arts and have practiced a decent amount. Judo, wrestling in high school, Muay Thai, karate. The thing is, my girlfriend finds martial arts is silly and never comes to my tournaments because she says martial arts looks stupid to her and she doesn't want to laugh. Additionally, she always rolls her eyes and says, "Hi-ya," mockingly whenever I bring it up. I've generally found this upsetting. It's something that's really integral to my life, and I'm not asking my girlfriend to force an interest, but at least be respectful. You know? She has hobbies I have no interest in, and find boring too, but I don't mock them because I recognize different things appeal to different people. So I confronted her and said I wanted her to be more respectful and at the very least not say anything if she can't appreciate it or say something nice. She got angry and said she's not obligated to be nice or interested in a hobby that she's not into, and I shouldn't force her. I don't think she's obligated to be polite, but it's just basic social norms to not mock stuff other people are passionate about. Am I the idiot? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. She's not obligated to give a shoot about your hobbies. However, she got angry and said she's not obligated to be nice. This is some grade A nonsense from a romantic partner. We are absolutely obligated to not be jerks. We don't always succeed, but we should try, and we should acknowledge when our behavior hurts people we claim to care for. This isn't about you forcing or controlling. This is about her failing at basic decency, not the idiot. Comment 2, not the idiot. If you reacted the same way she does about your hobbies, I do wonder what her reaction would be. Test it out, poke the bear. You aren't forcing her to do anything, asking her to have common decency, and her considering that forceful. The bar is in hell. Go forth and find someone who can be decent. She sounds like someone who would get mad at you for washing up if she coughed in your face. Comment 3, I don't like running, my fiancé does. I like painting, my fiancé doesn't. We've never forced each other to do the other thing, but that doesn't mean that I make fun of him when he goes on runs. And he doesn't complain when I paint. I make fun of him for being sweaty, and he makes fun of me for being messy, sure, but there's a line you can't cross. Not the idiot. If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day!